Hello everyone and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode we completed a lot of side quests on the Fallen Arm, almost all the ones we can do for now. There's one or two more, but don't know if we'll do them before we actually start heading on with the main quest up the Mechonis. But we've got about 10 at least episodes of side quests until then. So we're here in Colony 6, mostly just to demonstrate that this is what we're going to be doing today. Technically I can check what we need to do reconstruction from anywhere. What do we need to do reconstruction? Well, the first thing we need is, for housing level 3, we need some sturdy armor. So we can get that from Andos, kind of kicking around Aerith Sea, but I am going to get it instead from trading with a person called Gerald in Alchemoth. So she sits here, kind of under the main escalator during the daytime, and we can trade with her for the sturdy armor, and we need 4 of them in total. And with that done, we can now head back to Juju in Colony 6. And we can reconstruct housing up to level 3. This also requires X Iron Hearts that you get from Xing Magna Forest, and oil branches that you can either get as collectibles in Aerith Sea, or by trading with Scarlin, if you remember he was all in the love triangle in Alchemoth. Housing level increased by 1. We've built 8 houses and a housing block. We will be inviting some people to these houses shortly as well. Right, so let's see what's next. We're going to try and get everything up to level 3. For commerce level 3, we are only missing... Wow, we've got a lot of Chromar stones, so those ones obviously come from Chromar. And I believe from trading with a couple of people around Alchemoth as well. Blue Ladybirds. We actually haven't got access, I don't think, to the person who trades it. Let me check. No, we need 4-star affinity with Upper Bionis for that, and we've only got 3-star. Oh, we're also starting, by the way, after yesterday's, we've filled in the kind of Fallen Arm part of the affinity chart a bit, which is quite cool. But yes, that means we just need to head to... If this is just a collectible, then only one person trades it, so we just need to waddle around the high-end tier tomb until we get some. I think the various pools are usually good sources of these. Well, of any collectibles, frankly. That was evidently a lie. Hopefully I'm high enough level that the various automated and sentry things just leave me alone. Ah, the tasty sausage. A classic. Yes, the sentries do just leave me alone. Cool, this at least means foraging in here will be easy enough. There's one blue ladybird. And there's our second one. Brilliant. Right, let's head back and reconstruct. So we're actually really starting to expand. Once you get everything up to level 3, Colony 6 basically takes up about half of the possible space in here. So we are actually making some progress. 6 shops have been built, one of which is a new shop. In terms of a thing we can actually use. Technically there's a second shop, we'll get to that in a second. Up next, for nature. Oh, ice cabbage. Fucking ice cabbage. So we've got everything we need for the Jagged Tails and the Despair Clothers, but I'll put up screen now where they can be found. As for the Ice Cabbage, no one that we have access to at the moment trades it, so I'm just going to walk around Valak Mountain for a bit. Let's head somewhere new while we're here. We've gone off to the left in the past, over that way to Valak Peak, when we're looking after Kuralth and Zane. But here, there's another little way we can do it. If we go down this frozen waterfall here, which is kind of cool. Oh, eat shit on it. This gets us to the Apis lair. And as you can see, there are a lot of Apises kicking around. Latio Apises specifically. Which sounds like a Pokemon. But we don't actually... We will need perhaps to come here later. It's a location, not a landmark. But I just thought we'd show it off while we were here. Then there's this kind of tunnel further down that just connects to the main part of the rest of Valak Mountain. There you have it. That's the Apis lair. It's got Apises in it. Still no sign of ice cabbages. I don't think they're a common one, unfortunately, and there's no tracking for things we need for Colony 6, so it's just going to be a slow one. Ruh-roh. Oh, piss nuts. Unless I can land in the water? Oh no, that's frozen anyway. Ugh.
Finish fight.
So, daytime, still not found a single one. I am actually going to switch back to nighttime because I've read online apparently that these are only spawn at night. Don't know if that's true or not, and don't want to find out, so to be honest, I'll just stick with exploring at nighttime. Night 2 on Valak Mountain. At least the music's nice. This is an area I've not shown as well. If you've seen 3 Sage Summit before, complete with its final Marcus at level 100, we'll leave him the fuck alone. But actually, if we come down here, there's this little pool below us. Oh, shit ass. That's a cool view. There's a pool below us, and literally the only way you can reach this pool is specifically by jumping off the 3 Sage Summit. And this, if I remember, has some collectibles in it. 2, specifically. Nice. Neither of which was what we're looking for, but there we go. Well, at least we got this tube down. Oh, this is how I get to this tube. I remember seeing this one. Oh, no. Wait, no, I should be sliding and I'm falling. Oh, that's dangerous. I'm going to die when I impact. I'm in a different area now. Is this the one at the bottom of... I don't know. I get lost in some of these, as you can probably tell. Fatal Belladonna and... Ruby Mangosteen. Ugh, neither of these was what I wanted. It is the end of the second night. I have walked essentially to the bottom of the Great Glacier. Well, to the top of the Great Glacier. I've walked almost the entire way down Valak Mountain now, and I've not taken a particularly efficient route, because I've been getting collectibles. So far, of the 2 we need, we are on a grand total of 1. I was about to be really sarcastic. I actually missed getting the 1. But either way, it's being slow. I am going to just confirm that Mr. Knock-on-Stone in the Time Attack realm doesn't sell me these things. Probably doesn't. Always worth a check, though, isn't it? No, it takes a little bit later in the game before he'll trade me collectibles or like items and stuff. He does do it by the end of the game, but no one's very sure on when. It sells a lot of level 4 gems for that's surprisingly affordable, though. Now I'll hang on to it. I think I'm going to need Knock-on-Stone later in the game where we get into significantly more annoying, and I don't say that lightly, gathering for Colony 6. We're going to need all the Knock-on-Stone we can get, frankly. So, back to Valak Mountain, I suppose. Let's walk the fuck back up it. Why not? See how high we are up before we get the second one. I also enjoyed that because we all moved from there to there following that cutscene where we fought Mumcar. We've not traversed that area in terms of the map, believing we have, which is quite funny. Anyway, we need to make it nighttime again, and night 3 of searching on Valak Mountain.
Just a little longer.
Well, finished our 3rd night, and we are like halfway up Bagnar Snowfield again. Christ, this is big. Might as well show off another new area over there. Let's cut to about there-ish on the Aggle Mountain Range while we're looking. Unless, of course, I happen to get there, get a ice apple on the way over. Ice cabbage, even. Now, for what I want to show here, I think I actually have to fuck up this jump. I'll confirm when about here-ish. Yeah, I need to land underneath myself here rather than in the pool as such. Oh no, actually the pool is fine. I just need to go down a little bit. Is that it? Well, let's stick to this and see. I guess I dropped down. Oh, there's a couple more collectibles down here anyway. No, I need to go off to the left here, but I think, well, that will obviously kill me. I'm sure there's a safe descent somewhere, though. Now let's hop down into this lower pool that still has more collectibles in, which is pretty sweet. Now it looks like there's no way up the water on this side. Well, there we go. No new areas for anyone. You know what? We will go for the that area, because I've come around here to approach it this way anyway. So if we just speed her on, please, follow along this straight path here. Then we get to this massive open area here, known as Bionis Right Elbow, which tells you exactly where we are on the Bionis. There's some murderously high level X here, which I'm of course going to be avoiding. But there's also a massive ether deposit over there, which I'll go and mine. And just like that, that's been 4 nights? 5 nights? Genuinely losing track at this point. There we go! There's the second ice cabbage, he says, confirming desperately that he does have 2, in fact. Yes, we do. Fuck me. Past Doctor, will you go through and please... No, Future Doctor even. Will you go through and please tally up how long we spent on this cursed mountain? Thank you. In terms of real time, however long it is, feels like longer, I assure you. Right, let's go and upgrade our nature. There we go. Nature has increased by 1. Flowers have been planted on the main street, and the mine's ether crystals have gone up in rank. This is worth knowing. Any ether crystals around Colony 6, be that kind of like those ones there, or in fact the ones down in the ether mine, and those ones there, their level is tied to the level of nature. So now that nature is level 3, those are level 3, and that continues up to level 4 and level 5, which is the top level that crystals can be in the wild, is also the top level we can get, this to. Why am I heading to Alchemoth, you ask? So, I've had a look at what I need for the next set of things, but I will show you them here, so at least we are all on the same page. For special, we need 2 squall elements and 2 snow elements. Elements, as you probably can guess, come from fucking nebulas. And nebulas are an annoying one to kill. But these ones can be traded. If we come down here, is it? Ooh, thunderstorm outside Alchemoth, that's cool. No, not you. Nor you either. There he is, looking for a Nopon. He actually has a quest that he's offering, but we aren't going to do that. We're instead going to trade with him for 2 squall elements. Wow, we got. This is the thing. Trading's gonna be dead easy now because we've got like 20 of every fucking Valak Mountain collectible. Like these are all Valak Mountain. Night Lily, oh no, Mystery is the first one that isn't, and that's Satoral Marsh. And there we go. You'll notice, by the way, that he's offering a quest. We'll be doing that in a couple of episodes' time. It will be in this side quest batch, but basically I'm going to kind of work my way up. So it's going to be Colony 6, then it's going to be some stuff. There's actually no new quest to do in Colony 9, but there's Colony 6. There's a lot in Frontier Village. Then there'll be some in Alchemoth. And then there'll be some in, one in Galahad Fortress / Sword Valley. And then is when we'll actually be moving on. Anyway, with that done, we have the final element thing we need to get, unfortunately, is the storm element? What's it called? Snow element. No good way to do those, unfortunately. As in, there's no one that we have access to who trades them, so our best way of doing them is to go back to Valak Mountain. This one is fairly easy, actually. If we go to the Nothol Tower, which is here, then at night there's a fair few of these reef nebulas around. With this heavily ether-based party we've got at the moment, we can rinse through these nebulae pretty quickly and with no chance of them exploding, really. And we yoink this one. So, yeah, we'll just grab these 2 elements quickly. He says quickly. The last one was supposed to be quick, so who knows.
This Millie was real big sister.
Oh, but what about Charla?
Charla more like mama. One mama enough.
Now you wait just a minute.
I love... Right, if you think about 7 characters, there's a lot of unique combinations of those 3 characters there. I believe it would be 3 to the power of 7, which is quite a lot, I think, of unique triplets among them. And yet, every triplet has like unique dialogue that requires all 3 of them to be kicking around. Like that one that fired up there. Really cool little touch of the game that starts making the parties feel real, especially because they only start kicking in once certain amounts of affinity are reached. Very nice.
Let's get going. I see your strength is the genuine.
There's one of them.
Okay, let's get going.
There we go, and there's our second one. Hoofed. Definitely spending much more time than I intended to on Valak Mountain this episode. Anyway, let's do our special up to level 3. A special level is increased by 1. A new park has been built. You can get collectibles here, much like the little kind of gathering hall and stuff. And as ever, when you get everything in one level, street lamps are built in all the new areas. Also, listen to the music. So, 2 things there. We've got Topple up 4, which is actually really handy. It increases the duration of Topple, which is genuinely really nice. The music's also changed. The previous track was called Colony 6 Silence. This is Colony 6 Rebuilding. Slightly more hope, slightly more of a musical track kind of built into it. We've got 2 shops here. We've got this one that's here at nighttime that sells some stuff. Not a lot of it particularly useful. Any of these skill books useful? No. So that's the shop we get for Commerce Level 3. But then we also get, if we have both Commerce Level 3 and Housing Level 3, then we get this shop, which has some slightly different stuff in. Again, it's kind of got, you know, weapons that aren't useful to us at the moment, unfortunately. Boom Nibbler sounds cool. I'm going to buy that because it sounds like it might have a useful, cool appearance. You know, I'll buy some of these for the appearance stuff. Why not? Though I suppose I'd fight enough of that anyway. I'm an idiot, perhaps. You got the Grady set of heavy armor, but it's not as good as anything we actually have at the moment on those who can wear heavy armor, so, yeah. And then this has the same art books as the other one, but with some slightly more stuff. Melia's Healing Gift is occasionally useful. Sure, why not? And Melia's Reflection, why not? I should always generally buy these art books, there's no harm in it. Now that the colony's a bit bigger, we've also got some recruitment we can do. Some of this we're going to use this episode, but most of it is actually for next episode, but I want to do it now for a couple of reasons. First off, we're going to head to Alchemoth. And up here to kind of like this little area here next to that pond. And here we have Makrish.
Hi there.
I think everyone in Bionis can live together. I think that everyone on Bionis... Kill me. All that time in I think I left my mind somewhere back on Valak fucking Mountain. I think that everyone on Bionis can live together in harmony. From what I know of you, I'd say that you think the same thing too. Can you help me find a place where everyone thinks this way? Indeed we can. Invite her to Colony 6. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad I plucked up the courage to ask you. I talked to you, you fanny. I was worried you might say no. Well, thank you again. And Makrish has moved to Colony 6, which increases reconstruction and population. Whilst we are here in Alchemoth, we can also recruit someone else to our cause. If we come to this kind of fountain here, then we have Talonith. You know, I hate to sound conceited. There's no one in this city who thinks that my dishes are not good, and so I now wish to open a restaurant somewhere else. Now, where would be a good place to try out? He's a bit of a smug bastard, but either way, invite to Colony 6. Such a place exists. Please allow me to open up there. I shall make dishes that please all the peoples of Bionis. And that again, bit of reconstruction, bit of population up. Next, we're done recruiting in Alchemoth. We've got a couple of Nopon to recruit from Frontier Village. So we'll start by going to the Chief's residence. And if we head down a bit from here, we have Hoko. Hoko so angry he going to burst. Hoko leave village right now. Me not going to cook for no one in this smelly, nasty village. Hoko will start his own restaurant with blackjack and hookers in another village. Indeed, let's invite him to Colony 6. Yes, Hoko want to go to Colony 6. Come, friends, we go now. There are lots of different people in Colony 6 who eat Hoko's food. Hoko's food going to make Colony 6 famous. And Hoko moves there. You might be sensing a bit of a theme for some stuff we're going to tackle next episode. Aha! Enemies are attacking one of the colony's ether planters. Maybe they're attracted to the ether there. Fend off the inhabitants before one of the inhabitants gets hurt. This gives us the surprise quest. Defend Colony 6 Reptile, which is triggered when we hit reconstruction 35%, so we are a third of the way through Colony 6's reconstruction. Not Colony 6's quest. Bugger me, no, it's got like 60 of them we have left to do. Not even kidding, but reconstruction, we're getting there. Fiery Ignas to defeat at the ether planters. We'll get to that in a second. Final bit of recruitment we need to do is if we head down to here, and I believe we need it to be nighttime for this as well. Then over here in the mushroom camp we have Poka Poka. Poka Poka is proud gourmet food critic with tongue like no other. But Poka Poka's tasting skills are not really needed here in village. That is why Poka Poka wishes to move to Colony 6. Poka Poka hears there are quite a few people there. Poka Poka just knows there are lots of new treats to sample. And we'll invite Poka Poka to Colony 6. Yay, that's great! Poka Poka will taste the food as he helps with the reconstruction. Poka Poka can't wait to search on rare foods and delights. And he indeed moves as well. That's us done with recruitment, so let's head to Colony 6. We should probably stop these ether planters being attacked, so let's head down to the freight road. And as the quest indeed told us, there's a group of fiery Ignas attacking one of our ether planters. They're level 37, which is, it's, right, mild complaint here. It's weird that the levels at which the Defend Colony 6 things trigger are basically you need to have got stuff from, at least Valak Mountain in order to do this, and yet these enemies are 5 levels lower than anything that's found in Valak Mountain. You can't really have triggered this quest at the point where these enemies would be a threat. It's bizarre. Anyway, let's clean up the rest of these Ignas. And there we go. Nice and easy, the attack is over, everything should be back to normal now. And we are going to take advantage of that, if we head up the way just a little to the pod depot. That was a very up-close angle of Ryan there, but there we go. And here we have a heart-to-heart between Dunban and Ryan entitled 1 Year On. Has it really been an entire year since the Battle of Sword Valley? That was a rough time for us, Hums. A lot of people died. Sometimes I think I'm cursed. It's not right that I survived the battle when so many did not. Well, I was glad you came back. Fiora too. The smile on her face went from ear to ear. I remember. But it was a big shock seeing you carried in on a stretcher like that. No, I'd prefer it if you didn't bring that up. I wasn't exactly thrilled. Oh, I know how you feel. It wasn't a good day for me either. I was so jealous of you. It burned me up. Jealous? Why? Did you want to fight at the Battle of Sword Valley? I was in the Defence Force too. I wanted to fight alongside you. You were too young then, Ryan. Too young to go to war. But I would not say that anymore. You've changed a lot in a year. You're stronger now. Mentally and physically. Ha! Watch your back, Dunban, because I'm going to overtake you before you know it. When that day comes, I'll be waiting. But know this, it's going to be no walk in the park. Dunban, the hero of the Homs, has laid down the gauntlet. It's on. And interestingly, that only needed level 4 affinity between them, but in that what's it called? During that heart-to-heart, we got level 5 affinity between them, which means we can exchange some more stuff. So what's good for, well, Ryan's got shit all affinity coins, but what can Dunban get from Rhino? Another one of these. Oh, wearing armor. Great. Agility up buff. Oh no, that wasn't it. Attack power of an equipped weapon is pretty good, actually. That's very Dunban. With that, let's head and actually just do a couple of quests to round off the episode, I think. Let's go back to Reconstruction HQ. And here is one of our new invitees, Makrish.
Hi there.
Ugh, what can I do? Oh, it's you again. I assume from their expression that this matter bothers them. You want to talk about it? You'll feel better if you do. Thank you kindly. I must share something with you. I've always practiced acceptance of other cultures and people. That's why back in Alchemoth I lived with a Nopon boy. But one day he just up and left. I'm worried that he might be lost and hungry or worse. Ricky feel for bird girl. It not like good little Nopon pond. It not like good Nopon little pond to run away from kind bird lady. You understand, good. But let's not get sidetracked by me being correct. Or an asshole. Yes, Ricky, sorry. What a good little thing you are. Jesus Christ. I've searched for him everywhere, but you see, I can't find him. Would you be so kind as to lend a hand in his search? So, missing Lodger is to locate the missing Noporik. I am truly grateful. His most striking characteristics are that he's quite shy, but quite cheeky. He enjoys playing in grassy areas and goes by the name Noporik. I gave him that name, by the way. Strange as well. Good luck, and I hope you find him safe. Rest assured that your issue will be attended to with haste. No, you're way too stiff. Try this. Gotcha. Leave it to us. I am unfamiliar with such coarse phrasing, but I shall try. Gotcha, friendio. Leave it to us, mate. Is that correct, Charla? I do. I enjoy that you just get those things that build as the affinity goes on. It's genuinely... I was saying it earlier with Ricky, but it's Xenoblade at its core. Obviously, while you've got the mad fucking JRPG shit going on, at its core, Xenoblade is really about its characters. The party and the wider world, but the party especially, like, the way it ties in the affinity system with really how the characters start interacting with one another, you really actually feel those relationships growing, even between characters that, like Melia and Charlotte, that may not, for example, get a huge amount of time actually together in cutscenes. Anyway, here in the new farm we've had built, complete with armors, is Noporik. What? It be you guys. I never thinks anyone would discover that I moved here. Oh well. Can I do something for you? Makrish be looking for me. Oh, you guys just don't stop helping people, does you? Well, I half expected she would come looking for me. I suppose I should visit her and say hello once in a while. And I'd be dying for a good meal. See you around the colony. Nopper Rick has moved to Colony 6. Clearly he was just hiding out here. And with that, we can return to McCrish. You found Nopper Rick for me. Oh, I thought I'd never get him back. However can I repay you? I hope I was of some help. You were a major help. We did a great job. I guess I should expect nothing less from you kind souls. After all, you're the ones who are rebuilding the colony for us. You're so nice. It won't be long before this colony is truly multicultural. I'm going to do my best to help it on its way as well. And that completes Missing Lodger. Nopper Rick has returned to McCrish, but something suggests things aren't going well. Yes, he did react a bit strangely, didn't he? With that, we can actually get another quest. If we head back to the farm now, then we can get a quest from Nopper Rick. Oh, I feel like a moth flying headfirst over into an ether lamp over and over. Please, 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 I need your help. Now, don't tell me you forget that you did this great favour you did to me. After you found me, I went back to say hello to her, and before I knows it, I am back to square one under her wings. She feed me awful food. My life be a living nightmare. She strokes and pats me non-stop and makes me sleep on her bed. The worst be when I have to carry shopping like Packarmoo. She treat me just like a servant. I can't bear it anymore. Help me win my freedom back. I appreciate that I'm still young and not worldly wise, but is this how Nopon are treated back in the Imperial capital? Spot on, lady. It'd be terrible. To me, it just seems like she's being a little overprotective. Meh, maybe some middle-aged Nopon like to be treated as pets, but I not be one of them. It feel as if she be mocking me. So please, help a guy in need. So this gives us looking for freedom. Desperate to escape the domineering high-end-tier girl, Nopper Rick needs your help, but don't let McCrish know. So he wants us to collect smelly perfume from the Sartorial Marsh. Okay, my plan be simple. I need smelly perfume. If I smell so unbearably bad, she will not let me in the house. But you must keep this a secret. Do not tell McCrish. Rest assured that your issue will be attended to with haste. Oh, and that's actually Melly and Charlotte gone up a bit of affinity. Nice. We're getting towards that quest, which is get like lavender affinity between two female party members. We've got 3 options now. Though I think Melly and Charlotte have obviously got the earliest kind of start to that. But let's do some quick skill linking, if there's anything good we can link. This is the first person Melee has gone up with. That's kind of cool. Oh, increases ether, yes. Actually, yeah. I was trying to work out which direction this is going in, but yeah, either of them will benefit from an increase in ether, frankly. And in the other direction, increases ether. There we go. Ether buddies, that's what, they're ether friends. That's how they've kind of, you know, they've come close, they've bonded over a shared love of ether. Anyway, there's 2 ways we can deal with this quest. As ever, I'm going to show the option we don't take first, which is immediately after him saying, don't tell McCrish, like the bastards we are, we dob him into McCrish.
Hi there.
Have you perchance seen Nopper Rick? I can tell from your face you have. Tell me, please, what is he doing? So that's what Nopper Rick is planning. Then I have a plan for him. Do you think you can get me some pure perfume? Its scent is magnificent and the complete opposite of his one. If you give that to Nopper Rick, his plan will be foiled. So if we're doing this route, which we're not, we go to Magna Forest and we obtain pure perfume from the island there. And indeed, here it is. And with that, we can head back to Nopper Rick. Basically, we need to actually tell him that we fucked him. I sees what you have what I needs. Huh, wait a minute. It smells good? Well, if you're sure it work, then I will use it. If I shall go to pamper myself up and put my plan into action. I will soon be free. Make sure you goes to see McCrish later on. She will need a shoulder to cry on when she rejects me. Farewell and wish me luck. I don't feel great about this one. There's a reason why I'm not taking this option, because it's awful. Anyway, let's go and talk to McCrish. Nopper Rick smells like nature intended. Thank you for handing him the wrong perfume. Now I can cuddle and snuggle with him forever and ever. I don't know what the bother is with living with different people. I believe that it's beautiful being harmonious with everyone. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever, and I have you people to thank for my happiness. We'll see a bit more of this over coming episodes. McCrish is really fucking toxic. She's basically just like, seems to be like really positive and like, yes, people should live together, while she's essentially got a kind of indentured servant slash pet in Noppo Rick. Not on, and for that reason, this isn't what happened. No, instead what we want to do is get the smelly perfume as Noppo Rick asked for, which is up here in the poison swamp. And with that we can return it to Noppo Rick. I see you have what I need. Oh, that smelled bad. Now I knows this will work. I shall go and pamper myself up, then I will soon be free. Ah, she turned me away. Oh, it feels so good to be free from that cramped house and slave master. Now the fields, trees, and rivers be my home. It'd not be much, but please take this as a token of my thanks. Farewell. And that completes looking for freedom properly. Noppo Rick is free at last. Now he can live free and easy in his favourite thicket. There we go. We're not done with Makrish. Her weirdness will be a kind of supporting theme to next episode. From the other people we invited to Colony 6 this episode, we should be able to guess what next episode is going to be around. But if you haven't guessed that, well, you'll just have to figure it out next episode. Which is, of course, what we will be doing next episode. Redundant statement there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me then. Good day. Don't talk like that. You gotta know how much Fiora worried when you left. You raise a valid point. She spent all her days wishing you'd come back safe. We used to hang out in the park. She'd just stare into the sky. Now that I didn't know. I was worried too. I spent the whole time hoping you'd get home ASAP. I never would have imagined. I'm sorry I worried you. Easy, you're freaking me out. People might actually think you like me. And we can't have that, can we? Oh, guess what we're doing now makes up for all that, though. You and me, shoulder to shoulder. I could get used to this. You're so stronger and a fitter person than a year ago. Almost a new person. But you've still got a long way to go. Don't forget that. Wow, that lasted all of 1 minute. Thought you and me were bonding. But I didn't worry a bit. Really? You weren't worried at all? Not really. Because somehow I knew you were going to make it back okay. I always wonder where you get that confidence, Ryan. You were pretty banged up, though. Anyone else wouldn't have made it back. Maybe it's just because Fiora wished so hard. Knowing Fiora, you might well be right. I can't help it, Dumban. That's fair enough, I suppose. You can't help that you saw me in such an embarrassing state. That's not what I meant at all. I was jealous of you, man. I was so upset that I didn't get to fight. What? I was a Defence Force soldier too. I had every right to join in the battle. No one thinks any less of you, Ryan. You did your part. Protecting the people back home is something to be proud of. Yeah, I know. But I felt so confused, like conflicted about staying back. This is the first I've heard of it. That's because I've never told anyone before. Ha! Not like you to keep quiet about something.